about an hour before sunrise, and I've just experienced the weirdest thing. A string of dots travelling one behind the other, virtually from probably southwest to northeast. I reckon it might be old Elon's release of satellites. So yeah, it was pretty interesting. But either way, I've got a couple of things on the agenda today. First of all, I'm going to virtually head in and get my trail cameras out and see what's on those, because I've got to head home in a few days. Secondly, I'm in early to see if I can actually hear any fallow bucks croaking, because it's supposed to be very close to a frost, or if not a frost this morning, and I'm feeling it, so I better start getting moving before I lock up. So far the breeze has been pretty good. It's actually very slight and it's coming my way. Hopefully it'll stay that way. You've got to hate cockatoos. I'm about 300 yards off 2 bucks fighting up here. And actually they don't look too bad. There's a whole lot of fallow now. I've spotted another half a dozen out feeding. And I'm going to try and work my way up on these guys before they head back in the bush and just have a bit of a look at them. There's still a couple of fallow feeding out in the open, but these two bucks that were fighting were right on the fringe edge, and I've lost sight of them now. Just up behind me there was where they were scrapping, about 100 metres off, but the breeze is coming across me here now. I'm actually thinking of trying to parallel where I think they've gone and keeping downwind of them, and hopefully getting ahead of them when they're travelling back through the bush. If I can get into a bit of a clearing, I may be lucky and they may walk across in front of me, but I'm going to have to get moving while this wind is in my favour and before they travel too far ahead of me. Going right in front. Nice buck too. He's trotting off. Oh, I don't know if he's seen me. He's in a hurry. I think I might have made that decision a little bit too late. It was a good decision to get up to this clearing, but I should have been there a little bit earlier. But I still have to be on my toes here, because there was 2 of them. And both of them look quite substantial. That second one that just ran off, he was big, quite a big deer. So I'm not going to push him any further. I'm going to go back and get my trail camera. Then I'm going to work my way up at a different angle. And I might be back here early tomorrow morning again. Well, I'm just about to get this first trail camera. I reckon he would have just about ran past it this morning. Maybe a little bit too far. Maybe a little bit too far away to trigger it. But we're about to find out. There's no sign of that fellow on the trail camera. He must have been just out of shot, well, just out of activation range. I wish I had the big camera running when he took off. I wish he never took off. Just because I've pushed that one buck off, I've got to keep continuing the hunt, because there's going to be more than just that one in there. But what surprised me this morning is there was no croaking. That's all happened quick. Looks like he was coming back to his scrape. I don't know how much I've got on footage there, but yeah, I had to make a decision quickly. Obvious decision. I pulled the trigger. So let's just make sure he's down. I think the shot might be a little bit far back. He actually come right in on me. Well, he's certainly no monster, but in the heat of the moment when he appeared on the left, and I'm thinking, do I put the camera up or whatever? Next minute he must have heard a little bit of movement. He's coming straight towards me. So I've thrown the rifle up, and I can tell you now, by the time he got as close as he did, he looked a lot bigger than he actually is now. But either way, the trophy's in the hunt. Some bonus meat. And the 150 grain SST, as much as I thought the shot was a little bit far back, looks like it's gone in behind his shoulder and come out just at the base of the neck. So he's gone about 50 metres and poled up in the bush here. So probably not the result I would have chosen if I had more time. I probably would have passed him up, but sometimes you've got to make a quick decision, and the decision is he's on the ground and I've got some bonus meat. I've got back straps, boned out back legs. He's pretty stinky, but now I've got to go up and get the camera, and I wouldn't be surprised that this is his scrape up here. Ground's starting to look familiar. Yeah, I think it's just up here. Unusual though. This morning I half expected to hear him croaking the heads off. Haven't heard one, not one croak. So in the end it was just a chance encounter that we're both heading back to roughly the same location, I reckon. So worked out well for me and not so well for him. One last check, make sure I've got everything. Certainly feel like I've got everything. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy this walk out.